Hi, just another day. I want to talk about this. If your peer thinks that you are wrong, you cannot be right. Yes, so it really depends on who you're hanging around with. So if you hang around a group of smokers and you want to tell them that quitting smoking is easy, it's not going to be easy. They will tell you all sort of reasons because they are filled with, immersed with that concept that why quitting smoking is not easy. Same as people who drink, same as people who like to consume a lot of sugars. And those are the people that if you hang around with and you want to tell them that having a healthy diet is easier than it really depends. There are some people who are very health conscious, right? So if you hang around with them, for them it's actually easy to actually have healthy diet, but it's not easy. So if hang around some people, for example, if um some people believe in hanging around with people with the same line mindset, same mind like, same like mind like. Okay, I can't really say that. What I'm trying to say is that you like to hang around with people that have the same concept. But the moment you have a realizations that uh, it doesn't have to be that way, it can be different. So the moment you have that realizations and you want to move away from them, then that's when you're gonna have some strikes. You're gonna have some people asking you some weird questions. You know it is a weird questions, and they know that it is a weird questions, but they will still question you why you behave certain way that is different from them. For example, if you realize that they have some mediocre mindset after hanging with them for for a while, you would like to actually move away from them. Or people that keep on talking negativity, there are places where people hang around just to gossip. If you realize that, you come to the realizations that you do not want to be part of those culture and you do not want to be part of those peers, and you start reducing the way you talk about things. You start gossiping, or you start uh, hanging around with them. And if you meet them somewhere outside, you know what they're gonna say to you? Well, hey, how come you're not hanging around with us anymore? What's going on with you? Can I just know what is the real reason? You basically cannot convince them. I have tried so many times that if you try to convince some people of certain mindset, it can be religious as well. So if you convince somebody with certain mindset and you want them to understand that you feel more comfortable keeping a distance, or you have a change of uh, the way you look at things, not very much on your personality, not very much on the core, but you decided to move to a different direction. Sometimes it's not even about right and wrong, it's just green and blue. You just choose a color, but that thing sometimes can such a thing can sometimes even be very hard for people to conceptualize that, hey, why you do that. um, it can even sometimes come to a point where they want to debate you for why you are different right now. And and the point of debate is really meaningless. It's not even meaningful. They talk about things why they should convince you to think like them. Maybe even gender inequality or equalities, or it can be racial issue, it can be anything, politics or political views, or if you're hanging with a groups or a peers that has a very different concept from yours, you are not going to win. You must understand that, because as long as two or three or four persons agree that their ideas is correct, they will stand firm on that, believing that they are the right one just because they are majorities when they're having a debate against you, singular person. That's all. Just because somebody agree with me, I become right. Self-righteousness. It doesn't always work that way. And I just want you to know that I'm sharing this because I sometimes face some kind of a peer pressure from many different categories as well, different groups of peoples. And you can actually stay away from negativities and become more positive. You can actually light up your own moods and be happier just by keeping a distance from those people. All you got to do is to be brave to be yourself. Are you brave enough to be yourself, or are you accustomed to certain routine that you think breaking away is habitually wrong, and you're not used to breaking away from a norm where everybody is doing exactly the same thing? If you don't have the courage to walk a path that is narrow and never been walked before, you will never discover new things and you can never be great, because you're going to be repeating the routine of what everybody is doing. Exactly. You're repeating what everybody will be doing. You will be everybody, one of those everybody. If you know what I'm saying.